everyone, welcome back to the video. Today we'll be looking at the difference between the keloid and the hypertrophic scars. What are the basic differences? What are the basic key features to classify them? Now looking at the first one, that is the keloid scars. Keloid scar is nothing but just excessive overgrowth of a scar. Okay, so whenever there is excessive overgrowth of a scar tissue beyond the limit of the original wound. For example, that the original wound was this much and the overgrowth of the tissue came out to be this much. That is said to be excessive overgrowth of the scar and the keloid tissue. The keloid tissues have got normally no tendency to resolve and get back to normal tissue level. So you see in this picture also, there is so much of overgrowth which can be seen in the keloid scars. Now coming to the fact that where are these keloid scars main commonly find it? They can be founded on the central chest region, back, shoulder, earlobes. Now earlobes, why? They are most commonly associated with piercing. You know, girls get their ear pierced and there it can lead to the formation of keloid scars. So piercing is the most common activity involved with the occurrence of the keloid scars. And so this is more common in females. So that is the reason that keloid scars are more common to occur in females. Now if it is untreated, can further lead to the reoccurrence also, so it is important to get it treated properly. Coming to the hypertrophic scars, a hypertrophic scar is a cutaneous condition which is characterized by deposit of excessive amount of collagen. Remember, there is excessive amount of collagen which is being deposited. Of course, it is going to be a raised scar like the keloid, but not as much as the keloid scar. So it gives rise to a raised scar, but not to the degree observed with the keloid. The keloid scars, they are very raised. They are very prominent, but the hypertrophic scars are not that prominent, or you can say that they are not that raised. They are little bit raised and they are comparatively smaller in size. So this is a characteristic feature. Moving ahead to some basic differences. There is no familial history which is associated with hypertrophic scar, whereas there can be a familial history which has been associated with the keloid scar. It is not related to any one particular race, but the keloid scar is more common in black people than the white people. Hypertrophic scars can be found equally in males and females, whereas the keloid scar is found to be more prominent in females. I've told you the reason already. Now, hypertrophic scars mainly remains within the border of the wound, whereas your keloid scar will always overgrow the wound area. Usually the hypertrophic scars are found on the flexure surfaces, whereas the keloid scars are found on the sternum, that is the chest region, shoulder, face and the earlobe more prominently. Moving ahead with some other differential features, it is related to the tension at the time of healing. So for example, you had an injury and healing is taking place, and there is any external trauma or tension which is being applied to the healing wound, then it can lead to the formation of hypertrophic scar. But there is no known etiology with the keloid scar. So there can be very minor or comparatively no itching in the hypertrophic scar, whereas there is a severe itching which is felt in the keloid scar. So usually the hypertrophic scars are initially tender, but with time they become non-tender. But the margins of the keloid scars are usually tender throughout. So there is no spread of the hypertrophic scar to the normal tissues. That means the adjacent normal tissues will not be affected in the hypertrophic scars. But in case of your keloid scars, the surrounding normal tissues can be affected. So you can see in the picture how does the keloid scar look and how does the hypertrophic scar look. So you can see the raising surface is more in this keloid scar. Also, it is extending the boundaries of the wound. If the wound was this much, the overgrowth is going to be this much. Whereas in case of hypertrophic scar, there is the scar is within the boundary of the injury. Coming to the treatment, so most prominently what we used to do is, we used to give intra-regional injections of steroids. But right now, other means of treatment are also possible, like there are some ointments or there can be these gel patches and the laser surgeries. These are some of the common treatment methods we can use to lighten or make the scar disappear. So this was all about the difference between the keloid scars and the hypertrophic scars. If this video was useful to you, share this with your friends also. Subscribe to the channel and let me know your reviews and suggestions in the comment section. Thank you.